It took Volvo cars more than a decade to come up with the second generation all-new XC90, and when it was first unveiled, it got us all teary-eyed because it was made out of tears of an angel, breath of a unicorn, and the finest hair of Zlatan Ibrahimovic's left nostril. So naturally, we couldn't wait for it to arrive here in Malaysia. Now, here it is, the all-new Volvo XC90. Not just any XC90, it is the finest, the XC90 T8 Inscription plug-in hybrid. On the outside, it looks stunning. The elegant yet aggressive front look with the Thor's hammer inspired headlights, 20-inch rims, the beautiful rear with the redesigned taillights, and as a whole, it is a well-proportioned SUV. Yes, it's slightly huge, but it does carry that aura, that presence that turns heads. On the inside, you can tell that this is possibly one of the best looking cabin you can find in an SUV. You get this natural looking walnut trim, this tablet-like 9-inch high-res touchscreen control panel, the crystal gear knob made by famous Swedish glass maker AutoBuzz. Yes, it is an actual crystal there. I quite like this diamond cut start-stop button, the digital instrument cluster, the very comfortable Napa leather seats, and other premium touches here and there. This is a 7-seater SUV, so it's good for your long-distance drive with your family. The middle row is independently adjusted, and if you were to put the third row down, you get a massive luggage space. Well, if that's not enough, get your passengers out, flatten the second row, and you get a mobile Soho. Under the hood, the XC90 T8 is a plug-in hybrid, so powering the front wheels is a 2-litre 4-cylinder Drive E engine, twin-charged, which means it is supercharged and turbocharged at the same time. Mated with a 8-speed automatic gearbox, it produces 320 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque. Together with the electric motor that's running the wheels at the back, it produces 407 horsepower and 640 Nm of torque. And for this 2-ton machine to go from 0 to 100 km per hour, it takes only 5.6 seconds. That's very quick. You can play with all this massive power through the drive modes. There's all-wheel drive, safe, pure, hybrid, power, and off-road. Depending on the mode that you choose, the car switches between petrol engine and electric motor. And the air suspension as well rises or lowers the car based on their modes. Apart from all that, what's really cool is the adaptive cruise control and pilot assist. Unlike the standard cruise controls, with the speed set, it is able to brake when there's a car in front and accelerate again up to speed when the road is clear up. Pilot assist is even better. It accelerates, decelerates, brakes, and steer for you. Well, that only works when you are in traffic, which is under 50 km per hour. The car will maintain on its lane based on the white lines on the floor. So basically, the road has to have clear white lines for it to work properly. Pretty cool and freaky at the same time.
Being Volvo, the XC90 has two worlds first in terms of safety. It is the first car in the world that features automatic braking if the driver turns in front of an oncoming vehicle at an intersection. The other feature is run-off road protection. When the car detected that you have departed your lane and gone off-road on high speed, the front safety belts tighten to hold you and your passenger down. And to prevent spinal injuries, the seats are equipped with energy-absorbing functionality to cushion vertical forces. The XC90 comes with 7 airbags, including driver and front passenger airbag, driver's knee airbag, and curtain airbags all the way to third row.
drive. On pure mode, it feels like a silent tank through a war zone. You know, PJ, potholes, bad roads and all that. The car does come with a charging station, which Volvo Cars Malaysia will help you install at your home. And once you're out there, well, not really, because we don't really have that kind of infrastructure yet, sadly. Well, it is equipped with a 3-point charging cable, which you can just plug it into your home 3-point socket. But you have to make sure that the electrical input is running on 3-phase to be able to handle the charge. Yes, it does sound pretty scary, but Volvo Cars Malaysia will make sure that your house or your office is able to take up the charge. Well, then again, the car does charge by itself when you decelerate, brake, through regenerative braking. On hybrid mode, the switch between the electric motor and the petrol engine isn't entirely smooth. You can tell when the petrol engine is actually taking over, it's just like a jerk. If you ask me, personally, I don't really like that kind of feeling. I would rather stay on power mode. This is when the petrol engine and electric motor work harmoniously. The engine powers the front wheel while the electric motor pushes from the back through the rear wheels, filling all the gaps when the engine lacks of power. That's when you actually get to enjoy all 407 horsepower and 640 Nm of torque, which is pretty quick. But then again, with this massive car on power mode and you push it all the time, well, it depletes the battery quite rapidly and fuel consumption figure is not that handsome. But I can tell you, it is worth it. It is a very comfortable SUV. The gear change is smooth, the steering wheel is light when needed and sporty when you want it to be. It's definitely one of the safest SUV you can buy out there in the market right now. It's great. But here comes the big but. Two of them. I don't quite like the brakes. Well, it doesn't feel very natural. It's pretty hard and sensitive at times. There's only 2 modes. There's brake and there's brake! So no thanks to the regenerative charging braking thing that's attached to it. Now, the other big but is the seats. Yes, they are very comfortable and all, but it doesn't hold you down nicely for sporty driving. Yes, Volvo purists will come and say, "What are you talking about? You don't drive like a maniac in a Volvo!" Well, yeah, but twin charge engine, hybrid, producing 640 Nm of torque, you need a seat to hold you down in place, or else you'll just be sliding about. So, is this car for you? Well, if you were one of them that went all teary-eyed about it when you first saw it and you have been looking for a handsome looking SUV that is safe, practical and can travel in style with your family, then yes. And in fact, the T8 Inscription is locally assembled and going at only 400,000 on top. But if you have no interest in saving Mr. Polar Bear and you deep down you want that sporty driving SUV, then probably not. If you want to find out about the all-new Volvo XC90 T8 Inscription plug-in hybrid, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Nm of torque. But then, and it is definitely
100 meters. Keep right.
But then,
Keep right.
shut up! And this bastard is going like a on the highway.